teenage boy gets roofied with a love potion, the headmaster gives murder history lessons instead of actual education, and the wise mentor dies because he had zero impulse control around cursed bling. This is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, or as I like to call it, Dumbledore's Guide to Terrible Decisions. Today, we're breaking down the 6th Harry Potter book, where Ron gets absolutely demolished by puberty. Dumbledore casually checks die dramatically off his to-do list, and Harry commits academic fraud with a textbook that's basically murder spells for dummies. By the end, you'll realize this is the book where J.K. Rowling's calmly decided, not enough childhood scarring yet. All right, grab your butterbeer, things are about to get tragic, romantic, and aggressively ginger. We open with Snape making an unbreakable vow with Narcissa Malfoy, which is exactly what it sounds like. A magical pinky promise where you die if you break it. Snape agrees to protect Draco and complete his mission if he fails. This is like signing a contract without reading the terms and conditions, except the penalty is instant death, not a late fee and some angry letters. Cut to Dumbledore picking up Harry like he's his Uber driver. They recruit Horace Slughorn, a retired teacher who's been living disguised as furniture to avoid Death Eaters. They find him disguised as an armchair, which raises so many questions about wizard psychology that we simply don't have time for. Slughorn is basically that teacher who only likes students who will make him look good later. He collects famous and talented students like their Pokemon cards. Gotta network 'em all! He only agrees to return to Hogwarts because Harry's famous, and Dumbledore guilt trips him about Lily Potter. A truly wholesome moment. Harry inherits Sirius's house, and along with it comes Creature, a judgmental, 3-foot-tall, crusty sock of a house elf who hates Harry, hates himself, and especially hates muggles. The trio returns to Hogwarts open as usual, despite multiple fatalities. Because in Wizarding Britain, workplace safety is apparently just a suggestion. Harry becomes obsessed with Draco Malfoy, convinced that he's a Death Eater. And he's right. But everyone treats Harry like he's being paranoid. Classic Dumbledore gaslighting. Now, let's talk about the Half-Blood Prince's textbook. Harry finds this crusty potions book with notes that turn him into a potions genius overnight, which shocks everyone, including Hermione, especially Hermione. It includes custom spells like Sectum Sempra, which causes people to bleed out. You know, casual school supplies. Harry uses these notes to finally beat Hermione at something and wins Felix Felicis, basically liquid luck. This is the wizarding equivalent of performance-enhancing drugs. Then we get the true highlight of the book. Ron's love life, also known as a ginger boy dumpster diving in the romance clearance aisle. Lavender Brown decides Ron is the sexiest thing since enchanted breadsticks, and Ron, hungry for affection, attention, and possibly snacks, dives straight in. Their public display of affection becomes so unbearable that even the castle ghosts consider exercising themselves. Hermione's jealous, Harry's confused, and Ron, he's just vibing because apparently even carrots can find love too. Slughorn starts hosting dinner parties called the Slug Club, a.k.a. Hogwarts' very own VIP influencer shindig. Bring your wand and your LinkedIn profile. Harry gets invited because he's the chosen one. Ron doesn't because, well, he's the Weasley one. Later, Dumbledore starts giving Harry private lessons, which in Hogwarts language means field trips into Voldemort's tragic childhood. We meet baby Tom Riddle, who has the energy of a child who would definitely kick a puppy for sport, basically Sid from Toy Story, but with a wand and zero parental supervision. We also learn about Horcruxes, which are objects that contain pieces of Voldemort's soul. You know, perfectly normal magical concepts that should definitely be taught in middle school. The Horcruxes are a diary, a ring that Dumbledore put on like an idiot and cursed his hand, a locket, a cup, a diadem, Voldemort's pet snake, and oops, Harry Potter. Yes, Harry is an accidental Horcrux. The chosen one is literally part of the problem. Things get worse when Katie Bell is cursed. Ron accidentally drinks poison, and Harry begins to suspect the school itself is less of an educational institution and more of a death trap. Ron's poisoning is particularly dramatic. He collapses, foams at the mouth, and nearly dies, proving once again that redheads have two settings: fine and catastrophically unwell. Harry saves him. Hermione cries, Lavender screeches, and Ron wakes up like, "Who am I dating?" Peak Ron Weasley energy. Also, Quidditch. Ron makes the team and immediately celebrates like he just won the Wizarding Super Bowl. He's an insecure ginger, but he's our insecure ginger and we love him, mostly to make fun of. Moving on, Draco's been assigned to kill Dumbledore, which is like giving a toddler a loaded wand and hoping for the best. This kid spends the year crying in bathrooms and assembling a vanishing cabinet like it's a.k.a. furniture, except if he messes up, his family dies. If you're enjoying watching this increasingly depressing saga unfold, smash that subscribe button because next time we're tackling the Deathly Hallows, where camping becomes a personality trait and everyone cries at least twice. Back to the chaos. Harry and Ginny finally get together after about 5 books of build-up, and it's actually kind of sweet. Until you remember that Harry's essentially dating his best friend's sister, and Ron's reaction is textbook ginger, an emotional nuclear meltdown followed by reluctant acceptance because what's he gonna do? Fight the chosen one? Then Dumbledore takes Harry to a cave to retrieve a Horcrux. The defenses include a blood payment door, an invisible boat, corpse zombies, and a potion that tortures you with your worst memories. So, a fun family outing. Dumbledore forces himself to drink a potion that's clearly labeled, "Do not consume unless you hate yourself." He drinks it anyway because he's Dumbledore. He's screaming, hallucinating, and begging for death. Think early morning rave vibes with even more soul-crushing dread. They grab the locket Horcrux, except surprise, it's fake. Someone named R.A.B. already stole it and left a note. Imagine enduring all that trauma for a knockoff. Wish.com level disappointment. They return to find the dark mark over Hogwarts. Draco's IKEA project worked. Dumbledore freezes Harry under his invisibility cloak, so Harry has to watch everything like a horror movie cutscene. Draco confronts Dumbledore but can't murder him because he's still just a terrified kid with bad hair. Then Snape swoops in and yeets Dumbledore off the tower like a majestic, bearded missile. The unbreakable vow fulfilled. Still hurts every time. Harry chases Snape down and tries to use Sectum Sempra, the bleeding out spell, and Snape casually reveals, "Yeah, I invented that. Also, I'm the Half-Blood Prince, the textbook that's been helping Harry all year, written by the man who just murdered his father figure." The irony is exquisite. The trauma is permanent. The funeral happens, everyone cries, even the mer people show up, which is touching until you remember they tried to drown Ron in book 4. Harry breaks up with Ginny to protect her because nothing says, "I love you," like I'm gonna go fight a war, so we're done. Very noble, very stupid, but somehow romantic in a tragic kind of way. The book ends with Harry deciding to drop out of school to hunt Horcruxes. Ron and Hermione immediately volunteer because these three share one brain cell and it's currently on vacation. They're going to find pieces of a dark wizard's soul with no plan, no backup, and no adult supervision. Just vibes and audacity. And that's Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, a tale of mystery, mischief, and one very dramatic rooftop exit. Now tell me, who fumbled harder, Ron with his romantic life or Dumbledore with that cursed ring? Drop your answer in the comments and may your dating life be less chaotic than one's. See you next video, where we watch 3 teenagers go camping for 9 months and argue about jewelry while everyone dies